Okay, so my name is Sarah Beth. My company is called Gambit Coaching and Consulting, and I work with leaders. They're usually newer within the last couple of years, and they are experiencing that working in groups is just really hard. And a little strategy can go a long way, and I want to help make it easier. So I do a lot of work with how to structure groups, how to structure teams. I do a lot of work with StrengthsFinder, and I do executive coaching as well. It would be really common, especially after a StrengthsFinder workshop, to say, where participants would say, okay, so this is really great information, now what do we do about it? And I have, my responses like, coaching would be great and we need to make this into a cultural thing, but I didn't have an actual tool to hand them that they could easily see and understand. This is how the participants are going to be building in their strengths, how they're going to develop their talents into strengths, and that we can see progress of how it's going. It just makes you feel like a little bit less amazing. It makes you feel like you're not as, that you don't have the answer that this person needs, that you're, it's frustrating to not have a ready resource that will be easily used and applied, right? Something that is going to take more investment on their part. This is much easier for them to just step into, to start using. The thing that was exciting is that it allows it to become a behavioral change, and it allows, especially with strengths, because that's mainly what I train on, to become a part of the culture and not just another professional development exercise that we did. And then we have to remember to talk about it. This is the step towards making it a cultural change and adaptation instead of that professional development thing, right? That we did 6 months ago. And now we're going to do another one because nobody can remember. I think sometimes coaching feels like a luxury for people. It's expensive and it feels like, yeah, that'd be great and I'll do it if my company pays for it, but that's expensive. And this is a really good transitional tool. It's a step, right? You can kind of sample coaching, you can try it without necessarily paying the price that you would pay for that person's full attention, for an hour a week or an hour every other week. It fits in initial conversations. It's very helpful because a lot of clients are asking, what are we going to do after that? Or how do we make it longer lasting? And I already, just having that tool already and being able to talk about how it works, how it promotes change, how it promotes development, it makes people happier. It makes potential clients more willing to sign up with me at the beginning. And it also, it will extend the relationship with my clients. So it's not as transactional. It's a longer term relationship. And to truly bring about that change. I'm not really interested in coming in and doing a workshop and leaving again. There's a point to it. How do we make this affect you? How do we make this change your life for the better? And this just makes it more doable. And it felt like it was something that I could use right away. I tend to be a type of person that always wants to make little changes, so it's taken me a little bit longer to gear up and get it going. But it felt like something that I could probably use this next week. I could probably sell this next week. And it was something that met a need that colleagues and I have talked about as far as making that change last longer and implement and becoming a true behavioral change. So in workshops that I've done since I've bought it, I automatically assign all the participants, or I invite them to a free, couple week period of it to see if it's useful to them. They're emailing me back about, I like this, or how do I get the rest of my team on it? So I think it will extend the reach of what I can offer financially, right? And change-wise and scalable for me, right? I'm a solopreneur and I'm trying to do my entire business in maybe 4 to 5 hours a day. And I don't see that changing in the foreseeable future, but Architect gave me a little bit of, I can see how I can actually grow this and not just keep things to what I can to the static to what I can actually accomplish in this time, right? It makes me scalable. Because my coaching clients, I can still be interacting with them, monthly or bi-monthly, but then they're still working on whatever we've done in a way that I can see the analytics of and see the feedback on online without actually talking to me in that moment. So the exercise that it's given them to do is keeping what we're talking about in front of mine. It's keeping it, we're still interacting, but I'm not actually face-to-face with them in that moment. It just allows me to be interacting with multiple people at the same time. Right? It's definitely something that I think can be useful to a lot of people, and not just coaches, but trainers. Anything that you're training on, you can build a program for. And any kind of OD consultant at all. Trainers, OD consultants, coaches, all kinds